Hello, my name is Cody Faber. I'm a park ranger here at the Fort Smith National Historic Site. And this is Derek Wright, another park ranger here at Fort Smith. And today what we'd like to briefly discuss is some of the items of uniform and equipment and firearms that be used by cavalrymen here at Fort Smith. To better understand each of these cavalrymen's pieces of equipment is to better understand how they did their job. One of the most obvious things that a cavalryman would have would be some high-heeled riding boots. The tall front on this boot would actually protect the soldier while he was riding through brush. It also protects the side of the soldier's leg and the side of the horse from rubbing up against the rigging that would keep the saddle on. The high heel on the back of the boot would ensure that the soldier's foot wouldn't slip through the stirrup, thus he wouldn't be drugged if he was dismounting or if he fell off during battle. And we also have the spur that was on the back of the horse. Much as a gas pedal in a car, it's not meant to hurt the horse, simply to urge him to go faster. Colors of pants vary, but sky blue was worn on both sides. In fact, if the cavalry trooper was lucky, he might even get some pants with some extra padding on the back to make it more comfortable on those long rides. Hats also varied, such as the kepi cap that Derek is wearing, or the slouch hat that I'm wearing. They not only protected the soldiers from rain and shine, they also designated which branch of the service they were in, such as the cross cavalry sabers on my hat and the yellow cord means that I would have been in the cavalry. The most noticeable weapon of the horseman was his sword. Most Confederate troops discarded theirs as useless, while Union troops were forced to carry them as their regulation issue. Although Confederate partisan rangers were also famous for carrying large knives. Another notable weapon for use on horseback was of course the pistol. This 1851 Colt is a good example of the most commonly used sidearm of the war, the revolver. This Colt can be fired 6 times before being reloaded and was favored by the cavalrymen and guerrilla forces in the area. This 1859 Sharps carbine was ideal for use on horseback. A carbine is a shortened rifle and could easily be wielded and carried while riding a horse. Each of these items, equipment, uniform, and firearms, made the Fort Smith cavalrymen a deadly fighting force. No longer were they just scouts, pickets, reconnaissance, or even shock troops. They were a highly mobile gunmen that changed the face of warfare not only here in Fort Smith, but in the nation as a whole. In fact, many of these cavalrymen later became deputy marshals stationed out here at Fort Smith. Be sure to watch the next video when we discuss the tack and equipment used on the horse that made the cavalrymen such an important part of Fort Smith history.